Harper, what's it like being friends with all these girls on the golf course and trying to beat them all the time?
Before I go on the golf course, we're always like in the pool, making TikToks, doing all this stuff. But then once we get on the course, it's kind of like game on, go big or go home kind of.
Don't try to save me. I feel alive.
Harper Kiss may seem like your normal, cute as a button 10-year-old. But on the course, she's one of the most dominant young golfers in the country. Harper has won back-to-back LPGA, USGA Girls Golf Championships. In just the past 2 years, she's finished in the top 5 in the Junior Honda Classic, the US Kids Florida State Championship, Copperhead Classic, the PGA Golf Club Invitational, the Gold Coast Junior Golf Prestige Championship, and the FSGA Futures Championship. In 2021, Harper tied for first in an Under Armour Regional Championship before losing in an exciting playoff. She's won countless local tournaments. In June of 2021, Harper carded her lowest score in a tournament with a 4 under par 32. And then 1 week later, she beat that score by shooting 5 under par 31. And just a few weeks ago, her West Palm Beach golf team won the inaugural US Kids Florida Cup. All right, Harper, I have seen that your strongest part of your game is your chipping. So that's what we're gonna do today.
I take a couple practice swings till I feel comfortable. And then I think of like what kind of shot I'm gonna do. Like, do I wanna let it run? Do I wanna land it on the fringe one bounce and then run? Do I wanna land it on the green and have it check? And then after I take my practice swing, I go behind it, and then I look at a target close to me that'll get me to the hole.
Harper, what's your favorite part about golf?
My favorite part about golf is the competition and getting to play with all my friends. And all my friends and I are like the same level, if not a little higher, and we can all challenge each other. At my camp, we do all sorts of competitions. You can win prizes.
Do you win all the competitions in your camps?
Most of them, yeah.
So Harper says that she's been working really, really hard. What are you most proud of?
She's going right to the emotional questions.
I'm really proud of how she's developed over the past few years. She's a hard worker. She practices pretty much every day. Doesn't complain about it. She's just out there grinding.
I'm really proud of the emotional growth that she's had, because being an athlete myself, I know that the practice is not the fun part of the game. The competition is the fun part. So I was a basketball player and my husband was a soccer player. He played college soccer. None of my friends from high school are surprised to see my daughter like this, because I was the one out till dark and the last one in the gym, and we had to shoot 1,000 free throws. I was doing it, whatever I needed to do. And my husband was very much the same way. So they're not surprised to see that I don't think that our child's like that, but at 7, 8, 9, I mean, it's unbelievable. And the things that I'm most impressed with is this is not a team sport. She's out here every day with her dad, like for hours and hours, or with an adult coach, and 3 hours a day after school where her friends are, doing fun things with their friends, going to the park, play dates, sleepovers, birthday parties. She misses it all. And she knows that, and she's okay with that. She's okay with the sacrifice. That's the part that makes me start crying, like that my daughter at such a young age is just sacrificing so much for this dream. And that's why we're willing to sacrifice so much, because she is working her butt off.
Okay, so you played basketball, you played soccer. How did she get into golf?
Actually, when my wife was pregnant with Harper, I started researching to see where the majority of college scholarships are for women athletes.
It's a good route for girls. But you're also forgetting that he is golf obsessed, but not good himself. So
I love everything about the sport.
Absolutely trying to live vicariously through his daughter, and his daughter now can
This
beat
is
him,
true.
which is actually probably not that impressive.
She beat me when she was 7. Literally when she first started playing tournaments, she smoked me by like 7 strokes, I believe it was.
I don't know if that says she's great or you're terrible. I'm not sure.
Oh.
What is the biggest tournament that you've ever won so far?
The biggest tournament I've ever won was a girls golf national championship. I won it 2 years in a row, shooting both under par. I think it was a 35 and a 33. And on the 33, I was 4 under going into 8. On the first 4 holes, I went birdie, 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 birdie.
What has been the proudest, the happiest tournament that she's won in your mind?
Between the LPGA Girls Golf National Championship, she won 2 years in a row, and the Under Armour National Championship over at Streamsong. She did really, really good. She was up against boys. She tied for first, went to playoff hole and ended up taking 3rd place, but she did great.
Describe the emotions that went through your mind when Harper ties and then she loses in a playoff.
Harper Kiss.
It was fantastic. Just to make the top 3, we were ecstatic. It was a huge tournament, and just really proud of her.
Yeah, and I think it showed that she can be up against so many kids and boys, and she took first. In our mind, she took first. She got the score she needed to get first, but
Yep.
that moment in the playoff, I think, was a lot of pressure that she's not used to, a playoff hole like that, and Bella's a pro, so Bella got the birdie and was able to take first. It's those moments, though, that you're like, that one shot separated us from just taking first outright, so.
Yeah, she says it to this day. There was the hole before the last one on the 8th hole. She had about a 3-foot putt. She's like, Daddy, if I just would have made that
Having
putt,
nightmares about
there
that.
wouldn't have been a playoff. So you live and you learn, and as long as she's growing.
Were there tears at that time?
Oh, absolutely. Harper was definitely crying. She was upset. She had played a great round. And, she was upset about it, but I told her, top 3 is fantastic. These are top kids in the country, so nothing to be ashamed of.
Mom, how was that for you on the phone? You were not there.
Oh my gosh, my heart. I was out to dinner with girlfriends. I was having a girlfriend night, and I just kept telling them, like, you won't believe what's happening, because she wasn't in that position going into day 2. She was like a several down on the leaderboard, and then they actually had a rain delay that day, lightning delay. So there was a couple hour delay, I think. So for her to go back out there and just knock it out of the park and step up after a rain delay when your mental game kind of comes down, I was freaking out at this restaurant. One of my friends is really into energy. She's like, I'm sending her all her energy. And I'm like, send it. Send the purple light, the Reiki, whatever. Now is the time. And we were just praying and hoping. And yeah, I was a little bummed. But like you said, it's nothing to be sad about. It was an amazing tournament that she played.
She was your champion.
Yes, she's
Absolutely.
always our champion.
She always is.
Yes.
How long have you been playing golf?
I started golf when I was 2.5. I started lessons when I was 4, and then I started tournaments when I was 7. When I started, my dad got me like a set of plastic clubs. My dad would take videos of me, and he was like, oh wow, what a nice natural swing we have. And now we're looking back at it and we're like, how do we think that's natural?
When you started playing tournaments, you said you didn't have a natural swing, according to you. Did you win a lot? Did you lose a lot? How did that go?
Most of the time I walked away 4th place. I most of the time shot like mid-high 40s and sometimes like very low 50s, like 51-ish. And then over time I started getting to low 40s and high 30s, then mid 30s, and then finally I got to low 30s. That took about a year and a half-ish.
A year and a half. How did you get there so quickly?
Most of the time, after school, I'd go out and practice. I started out with like 30 minutes to an hour a day, an hour and a half, then 2 hours. And then finally, I kind of made it to 3 hours. So I have like an hour for putting, an hour for chipping, then an hour for range work. And then once I got started with my lessons, I'd spend like a whole 45 minutes just doing one thing with my coach. And then after that, I'd stay there for that one spot, working on that for 25 minutes. And then I'd go on the course.
Devin, are you caddy and coach?
I'm caddy, and I would be pro's assistant is what I would call myself. I just kind of try to re-implement everything that she learns from her pros. I'm terrible at golf, so all I can do is try to duplicate what they tell her to do.
He's definitely not coach. We have 2 amazing coaches that have taken her so far. But I do like that he's able to go to the practices with her because, for her to be out on the course and during the tournaments, the coaches aren't there and he knows what they're expecting of her and what they've taught her. And that has helped a lot.
Great ball, Harpy.
And Mom, when you are able to attend the tournaments, what is your role for Harper?
I'm a cheerleader. I'm sitting in the cart. She hits a shot. She doesn't look to him. She looks to me. She looks to me to see my reaction. And yes, Harper! I try to get her pumped up. She'll come ride in the cart with me in between, and we talk about a lot of the mental strategies that we work on, being carefree but not careless. Oh my God! One of the things that we've learned recently that's super important is using a bad shot as the opportunity for the next best shot of your life. So she'll get in a golf cart and say she had a bad hole or whatever. I say, it's great. Like this next shot is the opportunity for the next best shot of your life. So I'm trying to pump her up in between those moments if she's having a hard time, or just kind of keeping her on that high of a great hole.
You spend so much time practicing. What makes you love golf so much?
It's just addicting, and it takes a lot of patience, which I didn't have in the beginning, but then I kind of started to grow it. I like precision, kind of. Like, it's very precise. You have to do this right there, that perfectly. That on top of it, you have to have square, have the right club, it's everything, and it's just, it's kind of easy for me to pull off all that little things like the face, the stuff that you have to get ready for. And I just think that makes it really easy, and the fact that I'm pretty good at it can make me want to practice more and more and more, because I can get better and better and better, and that just makes me want to do it even more, so I'm getting better and better from there.
So you're spending a lot of time on the practice range, a lot of determination, Harper. I know you just told me that some of the tournaments that you have your heart set on are which ones?
Some of the tournaments I have my heart set on are like winning Under Armour's Winter Worlds. That would be pretty big for me. I think that this year I've just practiced hard enough that I can get there. I think I can take top 3 even first, maybe.
Are you getting tired of golf at all? Does it burn you out at all?
No, not really, but like when I go on vacation, my dad's like, take a break of golf, please. And I'm like, okay, but then once I get there, somehow there's always something to do golf related, and I never have anything to do it with, and I'm like, come on. So I always want to do it once I'm on break.
What do you feel you guys have sacrificed for her dream?
The first tournament came the month that we had a baby. So, you know, we have another child that is not getting the full amount of us. So I definitely feel the weight of that for our 2.5-year-old that doesn't get as much of us as I would like. There's obviously like the vacations that we're not going on because we have to golf. Like we can't, you guys know you can't plan anything in the future because you don't know, she's gonna need that tournament to qualify.
It's a sacrifice, and I'm blessed to be able to work the hours that I work and just spend the time with her, taking her to and from practices and to see her pros and her coaches.
But it's not unique to her. I mean, her friends, her golf friends that are doing this, they are all working so hard. We are surrounded by some of the top in the world, literally the world, and these girls are pushing each other so hard, and the parents were on board with it, but we're having fun. Thank God that once they get off the golf course, they're little girls again. You know, I sent you the TikTok videos, they're dancing, they're having fun, we go out to dinner. Yep. So we're trying to add that part in and not take her, you know, she gets a social life still, but we're very blessed to have the friends that we have in this, that these little girls are pushing each other to the height of their abilities.
Do you have friends only in golf and friends outside of golf?
Yeah, I have some school friends, and then I have a lot of friends from golf that I've met from a lot of places. Yeah, but I have a lot of friends.
Do your non-golf friends understand the passion that you have for golf?
Yeah, a couple of them, they're always like, woo, Harper, I know you can take first in this tournament. And one of my best friends even came to a tournament with me once, and she watched me and she's like, oh, this looks easy.
Did you get to teach her how to play golf?
Kind of. I kind of just brought 2 of my friends out there, and I kind of taught them, because one of them, their finish was all the way up here, and I'm like, no, over here. All you gotta do is keep your eye on the ball. It's not too hard.
The dads also have a little girl dad group that we hang out to after the rounds, and we talk about it and complain about what our daughters did wrong or what they did right.
Yeah, they have the golf dads WhatsApp group. So the mom started a golf moms chat, but it's definitely not as colorful as theirs is.
No, the golf dads, we support each other and we help each other out in every way that we possibly can. If one of the daughters has an issue with, I don't know, hooking the ball or something, hey, I just went through that. Here's what our pro told us to do. And so we support each other and lift each other up. Everybody's going to have a bad round, and one of our daughters is obviously going to have a bad round. Not all of them can be at the top all the time. So we sit there and we support each other and we have fun.
Do you have any siblings?
I have a little sister. She's 2.5. She's not very nice to me though.
Are you going to teach your little sister how to play golf?
I've tried. She's a little stubborn.
Harper, when you feel that your little sister is acting a little stubborn with you, do you feel that you act that way with your parents sometimes?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, when my dad's trying to like move my aim, I'll say, no, trust me, Dad, I got this. I know how to do this. I'm not an amateur.
Dad, what are your goals for her?
Just want her to grow as an athlete, as a competitor. She says she wants to go pro all the time, but I'd be happy if she makes it on a college team.
We really hope that this is an opportunity to open a door for a life that Harper maybe wouldn't have had access to without this opportunity. You know, I mean, you can study and get perfect scores on your SATs and still not get into these top colleges, and this may be an avenue for her to change her entire life, like the whole academic education, and then we'll see what happens from beyond there.
What college do you want to get to?
Maybe like Stanford or Duke.
Mom, what's your dream college for her?
Stanford or Duke, yeah. Or USC maybe. we'll see what's happening. Or UF, I'm a Gator, so that's definitely on the top of our list, and they're in the top 10 of the girls' program, so it's not a bad goal to have.
Harper, what are your goals for yourself?
One of my biggest goals is to get on the LPGA tour, kind of in college-ish. But college is also very important to me. To accomplish that goal, I think it's going to take a lot of hard work.
Do you have any doubts that you're going to accomplish all these goals?
No, I don't have any doubts. Trust me, I'm going to get there. I'm going to be playing till I am old enough to retire. If not older, like 85-ish, then I'll think about quitting.